They've basically just put serotonin in a game. So I am once again going to test if Valve's theory that 2 hours with a game is enough to decide if it's worth keeping or not. And this time, we're looking at Astro Bot from Team Asobi. So some of you may have heard of Team Asobi before. They did the Astro Bot rescue mission for the PlayStation VR when that first came out. And also, any of you out there that have got a PS5, well, you've got Astro's Playroom on there. Think of that as kind of like a tech demo, but more of, well, it's a game. It's like a full-blown game, but in a tech demo sort of scenario. And if you haven't played it, what are you doing? It's free. It's something that Nintendo's welcome tour for the Switch 2 has been compared to. When Astro's Playroom being completely free with the PlayStation 5, people are wondering why they have to pay for the Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour. And if you play it, you can understand why people are asking that question. Astro's Playroom was incredible. But now Team Asobi are back with their full proper release for Astro Bot, which isn't sort of tied to anything else in that respect. From the art style alone, you can tell that this game isn't going to be heavy on the story. And that's not saying that there isn't a story, there is one, but it's kind of just there to hold the place together. The game starts off with Astro's ship, which is a PlayStation 5, funnily enough, flying through space that then gets attacked by an alien, and all of the crew and lots of the ship parts fall apart and get scattered across this universe. And it's Astro's job to find all of his crew and fix his ship. You're going to take Astro through all of these different levels, finding all of the other bots that are there, finding all of the ship parts that are there, and rebuild that PlayStation 5, defeat the aliens, and then continue your journey, I guess, till Team Asobi put more DLC in, which they've already done since I first recorded this footage. So cheers, mate. So like I said, once you eventually start the game, which doesn't take long, you're thrown straight into the deep end with it. There's no sort of build up or tutorial area. The first level is pretty straightforward, and the difficulty does gradually get harder as you go throughout the levels, but as you'd expect, the first few levels are introductory and showing you a lot of the things that Astro can do. The controls are really, really easy to get your head around as well, and if you need any visual cues on what to do, there's little instructions that pop up in the corner to show you the moves, and it's not complicated at all to get your head around. And after a few minutes of play, it all just feels natural. You can jump, you can glide, you can attack, you can charge attack. It's really, really, really easy to get your head around. And on the topic of getting your head around it, this is the first game in a long time that has included an instruction manual. When I say instruction manual, this is what you get in the game case. And it's kind of, one side of it's a poster, but the other side, it's a little comic on how to play the game. That's cute. I'm a massive fan of that. Goes over some of the basic instructions, what each button does, how it all works. Team Asobi, this made me feel nostalgic. It was great. Thank you for putting that in. So as already mentioned, you've got some of your basic abilities: punching, charging, jumping, gliding, things like that. Each level kind of has its own special one that comes with it as well. Sometimes that could be you strap a bulldog to your back. That's also a rocket, which means that you can do really fast boosts. You've got ones where you turn into a balloon. You've got monkey arms that come out your back. So if you've played the GPU jungle levels from Astro's Playroom, you'll know how that felt. And it was a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. That was probably the most awkward part of the game that I've played, and it still is, because it's just a bit weird where you're holding the controller like this and having to angle it with the gyro whilst releasing and letting go of the triggers. And yeah, bit complicated for my little brain to figure out, but I'm sure some of you out there are gonna have a better experience with that part than me. There's also one where he straps a PlayStation VR headset onto his head and slows down time, and then he turns into a sponge as well. It's really fun, and I can't stress how happy playing this game made me. When seeing these little abilities come up, it was great. It was such a fun thing, and they weren't really complicated. They were really simple, and every time you get into the special like kit to start off with, they show you the little instruction on what to do, and then away you go. And the levels are based around it as well, so it's not like it's a gimmick for one section. Like, no, the whole level is built around that little bit. It's really fun, really, really great, and it really brings the character to life without having to do much. And speaking of bringing the character to life, Team Asobi, I don't know who you have making the sound effects over there or the music, but whoever they are a genius. The music in this game is so good, and it's not some orchestral masterpiece. It's fun music that brings the levels to life. There wasn't a moment when I was playing where I felt that the music was getting on my nerves or I was tired of the loop. Everything just flows so well. If you've played Astro's Playroom, and the music in that game was incredible as well, they've carried over some of the jingles and some of the tunes to this one and just enhanced them even more. There's even a part where a blooming tree starts to sing. It's great. The whole thing is great. Just check it out for a moment. Not too long though, because I don't want to get struck down with this video. as well as the sound design on it, the visuals are just amazing. Again, we're not going for some hyper-realistic game here, obviously. Every single part of every single level oozed character and charm. Astro never says any real sentences, yet his expressions and the way that he is animated give off so much more. It's so good what they've done here. Every time that you rescue a bot and it goes back to the hub world and you're there with them, you can interact with them, they'll do something from the game that they're based from, because most of the bots that you find are based on other PlayStation titles, and there's a lot of nostalgia there as well, and it's just fun. But everything just oozes charm. Everything in this world feels like it was designed to have fun, and that's something which games have been forgetting, I feel. This game, it's not serious, it's not trying to delve into some much deeper, like, metaphorical stuff or deal with real world things. It's a platform game. It's what most of us who are my age anyway would have probably started off playing, and it's a feeling which I had lost for so long. So does Astro Bot hook you? And the short answer, yeah, it does. It made me remember a time of gaming when everything was just about the player experiencing a joyful time, where we weren't trying to tackle real world issues and we were just out there to have some escapism and some fun. This game made me feel nostalgic for games that I'd never played. There's a lot of PlayStation games which are mentioned in this, which I never played growing up. I was a Nintendo kid. I only ever played PlayStation games at my cousin's house until I went to university. So until then, a lot of these games I only saw in video game trailers or on TV or in magazines. I didn't have that nostalgia for them at the time. However, playing Astro Bot, it made all of that feel like it was mine, and it was so good. I have never smiled so much when playing a game. If you can make me feel nostalgic for something I've never experienced, incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I guess the answer to the question that you're all wondering of, will I keep on playing the game or would I have refunded it if it was an option? Well, will I keep playing it? No, I can't. And you're just sitting there thinking, but you've just glazed this game for so long. Why are you not going to keep on playing it? I finished it. I couldn't stop playing it. I absolutely loved Astro Bot. Every single thing about it, from the way the character looks, to the way the sound is, to the way the controller vibrates and plays sound through it. It's such a good game. So good. Now, I do have to backtrack a little bit on that last point. I will keep on playing it because they've released DLC for it and added a bunch of extra levels, which are incredibly hard. And I'm having a lot of fun trying to get through them, but the main game, no, finished it 100%, can't go back to it, and loved every single second of it. Fully recommend it. If you get this game, you just unlock everything because it's just so fun. This game had me up until 2 o'clock in the morning some nights playing it, trying to finish these levels, because it was just a case of one more try, and it's a feeling which I'd missed with platforming games and games in general. It just reminded me of why I ever got into this hobby when I was younger, and it's such a good game. I fully recommend you checking it out. It's also worth pointing out that this game was actually voted for as Game of the Year last year. It beat out things such as Black Myth Wukong, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which never should have been in the conversation anyway. Give Team Asobi their flowers. They deserve them with this. This was never meant to be a review. It's kind of turned into one. So I guess I kind of have to give it my final score, and well, it's 5 vertical stands out of 5.